Craig Nelson, new manager of Tonbridge Angels. Welcome to the club. Lovely to have you on board.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks.
What was it that attracted you to Tonbridge and made you want to apply for the job?
Yeah, so for me, it's a historical club. It's a massive club within Kent, area I'm from, and the community ties and our values seem to really align. So with the opportunity to try and manage within the National League South, it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up.
Absolutely. Now, it looks like if the rumours are true, you've beaten a really strong set of candidates for this job.
Yeah.
So what was it about what you said in the interview that you think impressed Sophie and the board?
Well, that's maybe something you have to ask Sophie and the board, but for me, it was around what I just said. So I think our values really aligned. The sense of community that it has here, we've done wonderful things already. It's something that I'm deeply passionate about. My brand of football, so the way that I like to play, and with my eye on the youth and being able to develop them and give them a platform to kind of share their talents. And then I think lastly about modernisation, there's a lot that we do off the field that we can bring to the club to help support players' development and their career. So yeah.
And that was going to be my next question. What would a Craig Nelson side look like?
All right, so very good question. For me, we are free-flowing, high tempo, good intensity, well-structured, and we want to get fans off their seats, and we want the players to be able to enjoy playing within it. So we look to dominate the ball. And obviously try to score as many goals as we can to win games of football.
Yeah. Just so people Googling you, just tell us a little bit about where your football journey has been up to.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can still do it. So, I've played at Ryan Prem. It's probably the highest level that I've played through. I played at Tooting, SCR, Whiteleaf, the Surrey kind of way. And then through managing, I managed Glebe locally a couple of years ago, and then I've moved across to Lewis, where I am, where I was previously to joining, and now become an Angel.
Glebe, you did really well, didn't you? That was an unfancied side, and you put them right up amongst the title contenders.
Yeah. When we walked in the door at Glebe, I walked into maybe 6 players on a Thursday for a Saturday game. So yeah, it was a really quick turnaround. We had to build and develop a team really quickly. We done well in the first half season, bringing them up through bottom half to top half of the table. And then in our first full season, we were top largely for most parts, and we finished in the playoff spot. So something to be really proud of, yeah.
Yeah, and then this is your first season at Lewis.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So going into Lewis within my first year, it was about building the foundations for the club. They had a lot of transition going on, so both with the men and the women's side, the women getting relegated. So it had a massive impact financially for everybody. So it was really just about building the platform for success for the future. And we've gone in there and I believe we've done that. So yeah, now I get the opportunity to do the same here.
Yeah, I was going to say you leave them in a strong position when you arrive, but you don't leave them yet. Of course, the arrangement is you're Lewis manager and then you join us at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I think it's really important for me to kind of see the end of my chapter there. Everybody at Lewis has been fantastic, including the fans, and I just want to repay that little bit back by trying to kind of close that off the right way. And yeah, I think we have brought back the life and the love back to the club, both through the players and the fans and the community there. So yeah, I think we've left it in a good place for someone to go in and kind of build off that.
Yeah, it's interesting you suggested that both of those, you walked into a club where you've had to do some very quick rebuilding, and unfortunately, it looks like that may well be the position here. That one of the reasons the Jay said he wanted to leave is a lot of the players were looking to improve and go high. So you might have to build a squad more or less from scratch.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the exciting part. It allows opportunity for people, right? So I understand Jay's frustrations or maybe challenges that he has, because if you build something and you've got really good players within the building, the likelihood is other clubs are going to want them, right? So if they go, then you go back into a cycle of starting again. So for us, it's around trying to make sure we get the right people within the building, and then build the foundations for future success.
It'd be too early to ask you about players, but one player I know you do know is Luca Botti.
Yes, I do know.
We fell for a little bit this season.
Yeah. So he was obviously with us at Lewis previous. Lee to join in here. Great kid, great character. So looking forward to saying hi to him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tell me about your backroom staff. Who are your coaches?
Yeah, so I've got assistant manager would be Danny Okins. He's been with me since Glee, but I used to play with him many moons ago, over 20 years ago. So a long time. So we've been friends off the pitch for quite some time. I've got Brian Nzinga, who is my first team lead coach. And he coaches at Crystal Palace, so within the foundation and the youth years. And then we've got Kevin Rawlinson, who is my analyst. He's my head analyst. And there's a few other backroom staff that we'll be bringing along, so like a head of recruitment and some strength and conditioning, so Vernon and Frey. And there might be a few others, but we'll see what pans out for towards the end of the season and obviously the start of the new one.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about you away from football.
Yeah, it's a good question, broad one. I family man, love to spend time with them, doing anything my son wants to do really. He's 8, so he's very energetic, as you would have seen after you just met him. So spend my time doing that mainly, heading books, football, trying to remain a student of the game. And then holidays is probably what I love to do the most, if I'm honest. I think we can get a bit down for the weather here. Just that. Really.
Yeah. Have you got another job as well, or is it a job?
Yeah. So my job, I work for London Overground as a procurement officer or business partner. So dealing with contracts and negotiations for TFL projects. So yeah, quite busy, very intense. But yeah, this allows me to have a hobby within that. For football, yeah.
No, absolutely. And your ambitions in your time at Tonbridge? What do you want to achieve then?
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, year one is around getting my feet on the ground and establishing what we want to do here, and give the fans a sense of pride and belonging through a style that they should hopefully enjoy. And then the next year is around building and progressing. So making sure we have a good stance year one, year two progressing on that, year three, let's see where we are, and hopefully we could be competing for stuff.
No, well, that'll be. I mean, we've done really well. Jay's done well last 3 years.
He's done an amazing job.
Three mid-table finishes, and there are some strong, big budget sides in this division.
For sure.
A lot of full-time sides.
Yeah.
How do you compete against that?
For sure. I think it's just about being true to us. I like the us v us mentality. So we don't really want to worry about what other teams are doing. If we stay true to what we want to build and what we want to do here, then we can be successful. Jay's done a fantastic job. It will be hard to follow. But for me, it's not about filling these shoes. It's about us coming in to do what we can do at this level, and bring a team that we can be proud of on the pitch to be able to do that and replicate what we're asking. So, yeah, I thoroughly look forward to it. I can't wait to get started.
We can't wait for you to get started as well. Enjoy the next few weeks at Lewis, and then we can't wait to see you in pre-season.
Thanks very much.